Yes, fight fans, body and mind sports, my people. You are fully appreciated in this round, my guys, my people. Let's start things with, of course, Dimitri Bivol versus Beterbiev 3, the trilogy, the rubber match, my guys, my people. It is scheduled for November to take place in a Riyadh season fight card. A very stacked fight card, my guys, my people. Taking place in Saudi Arabia, my guys, my people. In the undercard, we are to have Moses Itama versus Martin Bakole, a heavyweight bout. And then in the light heavyweight division, David Benavidez versus, of course, Anthony Yarde. Benavidez, the WBC champion. And then in the super middleweight, Christian Mbile, the WBC interim champion, versus Lester Martinez, a very, very high ranking contender in the division, my guys, my people. And then when we move down from there into the welterweight division, we are going to be having Devin the Dream Haney versus the WBO champion, Brian Norman, my guys, my people. Then we move down further to the lightweight division, Andy Cruz versus Raymond Muratalla, the IBF champion, my guys, my people. Now, that fight there, they originally wanted Cruz versus William Zepeda. Zepeda has a fight coming up on the 12th of July versus none other than Shakur Stevenson, the WBC champion. But nobody sees Zepeda to be able to win that fight and go ahead and fight Cruz. So I guess they are now settling for Cruz versus Muratalla in a title fight, my guys, my people. Should they have that across the line and made, then the card already is looking super. But they don't end there. They're going to stack it up more, my guys, my people, because also in the lightweight division, they want Sam Noakes versus Abdullah Mason to fight for the vacant WBO strap, which was stripped from now former WBO champion Keyshawn Davis, who lost that strap on the scale, my guys, my people, and so was not able to go ahead and fight his opponent in Edwin De Los Santos, my guys, my people. There's one more to come, my guys. We move down several divisions. Then in the junior bantamweight division, Bam Rodriguez, the WBC champion, unifies with the WBA champion in Fernando Martinez, my guys, my people. And I think that is going to be a super fiery fight. And I say, let's get it. The way this card is looking, I can't wait until November. For me, it rivals the Last Crescendo fight card, which was very well promoted as the best fight card in the history of the sport. Well, if they should get all of these fights in this November card across the line and looking exactly the way as they have planned it, then yeah, we have a rival. We have a rival, my guys, my people. Well, anyway, Dimitri Bivol and Beterbiev currently scheduled for that November fight card to headline. However, it may turn out not to be on that fight card at all, simply because Bivol, 35 years old, and Beterbiev, 40 years old. Both fighters already at the tail end of their career, and Beterbiev at the very tail end. So we don't know whether he's going to fight again after this trilogy, win or lose, my guys, my people. And so both fighters have requested, why not have the fight take place in Russia? And guess what? Turkey Al Sheikh and the Saudis, they have granted that request, and so the fight will need rescheduling. And the way I'm seeing the situation, the way I'm anticipating things, may not happen in 2025 at all. This may be a 2026 fight, maybe early 2026, my guys, my people. You know, and that fight there, it may be that only two straps held by Bivol currently, the WBA and the WBO strap, may be on the line without the IBF. But first though, Bivol, who is the former undisputed champion, after beating Beterbiev in the second undisputed bout via unanimous decision. We know the first bout was won by Beterbiev, right? Via unanimous decision. The second won by Bivol, my guys, my people. However, that undisputed status for Bivol did not last long because he was stripped of his WBC strap for failure of facing his mandatory in David Benavidez, who has since been elevated to full WBC championship, my guys, my people. And it seems the IBF might be doing the same. They might be stripping Bivol, and that is why I was saying we might only have 2 straps on the line, my guys, in this trilogy. If Bivol does not oblige his IBF mandatory in Michael Ifert, the German Michael Ifert, my guys, my people, then of course Michael Ifert will get elevated to full. Actually, he does not get elevated. What he will do is fight Conor Wallace, the number 2 under the IBF, right, for that title, my guys, my people. That is how things are looking like, And the winner of the trilogy, Turkey, is actually looking to fight David Benavidez next. So a unification bout, my guys, my people. However, that may not come into fruition. David Benavidez, number 1, would have to get past Anthony Yarde, which I think he will do, if in all honesty, I think he will do. But then there's another issue. The man who Benavidez originally was trying to fight in Callum Smith, he is the WBO interim champion, my guys, my people. And Callum Smith, because of his position, he may well be the next in line to fight for the title after Michael Ifert, of course, right? He may well be next in line, right? And well, one of the reasons that Eddie Hearn gave for why Callum Smith didn't take the Benavidez fight, which was on the table, right? They were in negotiations, but Eddie Hearn says they weighed out their options and they feel that after the trilogy between Bivol and Beterbiev, that the belts may fragment, right? And so Callum Smith may well be elevated to full WBO championship, my guys, my people. They also gave other reasons as to why they never took the fight with Benavidez, and that is that the money the money that the PBC offered on the table to Callum Smith, well, they didn't like it. They didn't even like the money Turkey Al Sheikh offered. Neither did they like what Luda Bella offered, my guys, my people. And for me, when you mention Turkey, who usually satisfies demands for fighters' purses, I think is no different in this scenario. I think he possibly offered a higher purse as well, and Callum still turned it down. So I would say a clear duck there, a very clear duck, obviously, because he knows he might lose his status to Benavidez, my guys, my people. And so he's waiting it out, just as Eddie Hearn has said. He is waiting it out, my guys, my people. However, in the interim, they do have options for Callum Smith for him to fight Conor Wallace, my guys, who is an Australian fighter and under Matchroom. But Conor Wallace, would he risk his position, where he stands right now, where he could fight Michael Ifert for the IBF? Everybody wants to become champion and increase their leverage, so would he give that up to fight Callum Smith, who I think is going to lose to? Anyway, my guys, my people, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see, my guys, my people. They also have Craig Richards. Now, Craig Richards, in his last 6 fights, he's lost 3, but only to world-class fighters. First, in 2021, he lost to Bivol. And Craig Richards actually looked good in that fight, to tell you the truth. But he lost ultimately. And then in 2022, he lost to Joshua Buatsi in a very grueling fight. Very, very grueling fight. After that fight, Richards didn't fight for, 21, 22 months before he took a tune-up fight. Took another 8 months off. And in 2024, he fought the likes of Willie Hutchinson, and he lost. And he lost, my guys, my people. So he lost to Bivol, Joshua Buatsi, and Willie Hutchinson, all by unanimous decision. The fights that he took in the interim, he won all of them by knockouts, but nowhere in world-class level his ops in those fights. Now, his last fight, I believe he took in March, that was against Partridge. But Partridge, although he stopped, right, it's not in world-class level, my guys, my people. So I'll say with the spells of inactivity after the Bivol, after the Buatsi fight, and the fact that he's not really on a great run against world level opponents, then I think he loses to Callum Smith if he takes that fight with Smith, my guys, my people. Smith, a world level fighter, former WBA champion in the super middleweight division, my guys, my people. So yeah, is he going to take that fight? He might do, because Callum has something on offer, the WBO interim, my guys, my people. So I think he might take that fight. He might just take the fight, my guys, my people. They do have common opponents in Joshua Buatsi, who Callum Smith also had a grueling fight with, but he, was on the better end of the stick in that situation. I think he won via split decision, right? Split decision. So very close fight. Very close fight. Like I said, Buatsi and Richards, very close fight as well. So who knows? Richards might be, he might have a chance against Callum. But I think this is a great time for Callum to catch Richards. It's a great time. Also, another name Eddie Hearn mentioned for a fight in the interim with Callum is, of course, Queensbury Promotions' Zach Parker, who has lost only once in his career to John Ryder. So a common opponent there with Callum Smith. They both fought Ryder at 168 pounds. The difference is that Callum, he totally obliterated Ryder, my guys, my people. So yeah, I think he beats Zach Parker. I don't know which fight they're going to take. Possibly the Craig Richards fight, because they both matchroom. They both matchroom, my guys, my people. So even if Callum loses, he loses to a matchroom fighter, the WBO interim stays at matchroom, right? But look, let's now look at the situation a little bit more. If the WBO orders Bivol versus Callum Smith, should he beat Beterbiev in the trilogy, then Bivol may take that fight instead of facing Benavidez, who Turki Al Sheikh wants him to fight next. He may take that fight because he offers a cushion and an excuse to say, look, I have to face my mandatory or be stripped again. All right? And I'm sure he wouldn't want that. He wouldn't want that, my guys, my people, especially if he is to lose the IBF strap, and he has already lost the WBC strap already, my guys, my people. So, yeah, he offers another safety net there for Arthur Beterbiev. For Dimitri Bivol, my guys, my people. As for Beterbiev, who knows? He may retire if he wins or loses, my guys, my people. With that said, that's what I think of that whole entire scenario there, my guys, my people. But now let's move on to Devin the Dream Haney versus Brian Norman, my guys, my people. Norman, the WBO champion in the welterweight division. They are supposed to be fighting on that start card in November, as I have mentioned previously, my guys, my people. However, They are looking for more to be on the line, as they both have put up a request to Turki Al Sheikh and the Ring Magazine. Throw your Ring Magazine belt on the line, my guys, so we can fight for that. We can fight for that, right? And they've not, you know, they have not granted that request yet. Will they? Let's wait and see, my guys, my people. But they also want Jerome Ennis's WBA and IBF straps on the line. Ennis, who is looking to move up to 154, right? And so they want those straps now to be stripped from Ennis and put on the line. And put on the line, my guys, my people, because they say that simply since Ennis is going away, Brian Norman is now the best in the division, as most people are saying. But that is not very clear, because you know, Haney could also be the best in the division. Yes, Brian Norman got power, but you know, Haney got amazing skills, my guys, my people. Let's not put Haney down. Let's not underestimate him. But in either scenario, they're fighting each other. So either way, right, you could lay claim that Haney is the best, or Brian Norman is the best, even though Haney has not really fought at 147 before, my guys, my people. So yeah, they are requesting for the IBF and WBA to be on the line. I don't think that is enough justification for them to put those two titles on the line. I think the people with the rights, the legitimate rights to actually contend for those titles are, for the IBF, Lewis Croker and Paddy Donovan, who are having their rematch, by the way, after the first one ended controversially in a disqualification for Paddy Donovan, and therefore Croker going on to win in a fight that he was losing, my guys, my people. So the IBF should be on the line for those two fighters, as they are planning. The IBF, under the IBF, Croker is #1, and Donovan is #2, so they should fight for that title. As for the WBA, Rolando Romero is the mandatory. He's the mandatory. He's the WBA regular champion. So as soon as Ennis vacates and moves up, then Rolly gets elevated. He will be elevated, my guys, my people. So why rob Rolly of that opportunity? He's already beaten the #1, and that was Ryan Garcia, right? Right. So why rob him of that? You know, it doesn't make sense to put it on the line for Haney and Brian Norman, if you ask me. Maybe they can fight the winner of Barrios and Pacquiao, who are fighting on the 19th. Barrios, the WBC champion, right? You know, but even that is not guaranteed. That's not guaranteed that they will unify with the winner of Haney and Norman, my guys, my people. You know, it's not guaranteed, boy. So what can they do? I say just fight. Just fight and let it play out, just as things are laid out. No need to rob other fighters of their opportunity. They have been waiting for their chance, you know, going through the proper procedure to fight their way up in the division, my guys, my people. So yeah, that is what I think of that situation. Yeah, that is what I think of that situation. Let it play out, man, but don't put those two titles on the line for Haney for Haney and Brian Norman. Doesn't make sense to me, my guys, my people. But look, my guys, I think that's all I have for you on this one. Before you leave, do like, do share, subscribe, of course. Drop your comments below, and as always, stay super blessed, my guys, my people. Look, yeah, I've upped my work rate. My videos are coming in earlier and earlier. I believe I'm getting better. You tell me what you think. In the beginning, you know, I was okay, but not so great. No, so I'll say that myself. But my subscriptions were flying. My subscriptions were flying. Now, it's like nobody wants to subscribe. Come on. Show us some love on this channel. Don't kill the passion. I'm here to stay, my guys, my people. So, yeah, if you're new to the channel, do subscribe, my guys, my people. But for all of yous, as always, stay super, super blessed, my guys, my people. Until next time.